Good evening, boys and... I don't think we've got any girls, but good evening, boys and girls. We're in Bahrain today. Let me just get the special event. No hearts. Ooh. No hard tyres tonight, boys. This should be entertaining. There's definitely a two-stopper then. Alright, let me just get the championship standings up. Sorry I weren't here last week. I was on holiday. Let's see if the standings have changed. Ooh, Lemons leads the championship then. 17 points. Ahead of Bab in second. 166 points Lemons got. That's the target to be at the moment. So, let's have a look then. So, top two, the closest two together. Lemons and Bab. Then you've got Plavank and that dude, Jack, and Notorious trying to keep up with them. Only about 50 points behind is Notorious from Lemon, so you know, DNF here and there, good run of results, you'll be back in there. And like we've seen all season, the midfield's quite congested. 40 points, 50 points literally separates the rest of the field. Pigeon is 6th, having a good season, and Tronics in 7th with 81 points. Then two battling away for 6th at the moment. In terms of the constructors, Kinetic Racing lead the way, 189 points, only 5 points ahead of Enterblade, and then Prestige Racing on 180. So 9 points separate the top three in the constructor standings then. Kinetic's leading the way with Enterblade and Prestige right behind them. Then we got about of the midfield teams. Monarch Racing on 147 points, Monster Energy 132, the People's Racing Team 125, Williams BMW 121, and Sentinel Racing 119 points. So the midfield 4th to 8th separated by, I've got to do a quick math, 28 points. So all to play for in the midfield to get your team up there. And down the back, two teams that want to get some points on the table today. They are battling away for that 9th position. Only 1 point separated, and that's Jaguar and Murdergram GP. It's going to be fun tonight, though. So then it's set it up. We've gone through the standings. Set that to gap to leader. Details. Don't need that. Telemetry on for qualifying. We'll see where everyone's deploying their energy, and we have the minimap on to see if we have any spinners. Let's see who is leading us round. It's going to be Dark Stomper then. We'll be the first guy to set a lap today, unless... oh, it won't. It'll be that dude, Jack, will be the first guy to set a lap time. He's coming down the back straight now. Let's see what the benchmark is that we've got to beat. Round the final corner, straight onto his energy, drains it to 0%, cross the line. 128, one to beat then. That dude Jack setting the early benchmark. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Dark Stomper next across the line. He's just coming around the end of sector 2. Down the back straight. Running out of battery before the final corner. We'll have to lift the coasters to generate some. Hitting the marker boards on turning. Deploys to the line. He's going to run out just as he gets to the line. 170 miles an hour as he crosses. And he sets a new fast time. A 10th quicker than that dude Jack then. Most guys are out of the pits doing their first laps. We've got 5 in the pits. And Tronics goes 5/10 slower than Dark Stomper into P3. It's a 128.5 for him. Most other people are on out. That's Finette comes across the line up to P3. 4 attempts off the pole time. See if anyone's going to beat it. And there we go again. Look, I'm pretty sure that's the BMW racing team giving each other toes again. I think that might be So you got Hassan and it's Little Pigeon. Yeah, Hassan and Little Pigeon giving each other toes then at the early part of this qualifying. We've seen it all season long with the BMW team giving each other toes. And it has worked, to be fair, and we've seen them in the race as well, staying quite close together and dragging each other along. If I remember, Abu Dhabi, yeah, Abu Dhabi. Was it Abu Dhabi? Yeah, Abu Dhabi, where they literally at the end of the race towed each other through the traffic and got themselves some good points that race. Getting a few more lap times then. Dark Summer still out on pole. I mean, Teddy's just settled up. It was 1.2 down though on the leaders. Hassan Toué comes across the line 7 tenths down on Dark Stumper. Nope, we've got another driver in. Oh yeah. Star Stumper still the lap to beat. Little Pigeons had a lap to forget, 7.5 seconds down. New pole time then has just come in. Pavank 1:27.8. Back facing to P4. I'll take that. I'm trying to sort something out. I'm fully with you. Turn back now, Ross. That's it. I should be with you. Full attention now. So we're seeing 10 minutes to go. Only half the field of set lap times currently. 5 guys sitting in the pits, not coming out just yet. Tyler and Brushman are venturing out as we speak. The Pavank has set the time to beat a 1:27.8 with provisional pole. Dark Stumper's only a 10.5 behind him. And Little Pigeon, that dude Jack, keeping him company as well up the top. And once again, the midfield's looking quite tight as well. 5th to 10th, split by less than 4 tenths a second, but we have got quite a few more drivers to put some laps in. Bab goes up into P2, 7 thousandths of a second behind the Pavank. Good opening lap time for him. We've got a yellow flag. I think someone lit in traffic by. It is indeed. And now the guys that hadn't ventured out yet have now started venturing out. So that's the two wheels. Jay Tyler, Big D, Ethan, Lemons and Zoltan all venturing out. We've got to keep an eye on Lemons leading the title race. See what he can do on his lap. He's currently half around. We'll jump to him when he goes to start his lap. Currently there, Brashman on his flying lap. Got his teammate behind him. I think his teammate may have just given him a tow. Not using his battery though. His battery's still at 100%, so I think he might have abandoned this lap. And go again. Where about Tyler? Tyler has just gone and invalidated his lap. So straight away, back straight off. So we have about 8 minutes to go. Special event race. No hard tyres allowed. Which I think will take us. This drive's definitely going to take you into the 2-stopper at minimum. You can't go medium. or you will get a penalty. You can't go medium hard, or the stewards will give you a penalty, and the admins may shout at you. And medium soft, you're definitely not getting to the end, so medium soft, medium maybe, definitely 2 medium tyres, maybe even see a third stop. We shall see. Tyrewear's going to be, Tyrewear's quite good around here, to be fair. Good one stopper track. Yep, there we go. We are on to fine laps then, so we're going to watch Lemons. This rider board of Lemons actually on his lap championship leader at the moment. Just going through sector 1, 28.3 through the first sector, that's quite good. I'll see if we can coast into these corners. A bit of lift and coast there just to regenerate his battery. There's the battery down what would be the old second DRS straight. Over the curves, throws in, just keeping it in on that white line there, making sure it doesn't invalidate. Around the top of the hill. Close out sector 2. 1 minute 6 dead to do the first 2 sectors. Close the battery, making sure it leaves a tiny bit in the tank. Into lifting a bit of coasting. Into the final corner. Round he comes then, so will he go straight to the top? Comes across the line. He does indeed. Lemons provisional pole after 6 minutes remaining. Pretty much 2 tenths ahead of Le Pavank. Then on his first one, Zoltan's just shot up as well. Zoltan's gone up into P3. 3 tenths off the new leader. Top 5 split. Top 5 split by around 4 tenths. To be fair, all the way down to 15th. He's only a second from the leader. But it looks like the top 3 or 4, maybe even 5 are battling for that pole position. Tyler's just gone and put himself into second. The Pavank's teammate. 10th off Lemons. Midfield's looking tight as it has all season. 5 tenths splitting pretty much from 5th down to 15th at the moment, until he's just improved his time but not his position. Most cars in the pit zone getting ready to bolt on that final set of softs and go for their final runs. I wonder if that car's run out of, that car's run out of fuel. Hence why we've just had a yellow flag going around the track slowly. That would be Brashman. Into the pit he comes in. So everyone's in the pit. We've got 4 minutes 30 to go. I'm expecting everyone then to at least have one more go at this. Like always in this division, a 10th gained, might be a few positions gained here. Let's take it for instance here. So if Brashman literally improves by 1/10, he'll improve from 12 up to P9. That's how close it is through that midfield. Second of the Tyler and Pavan going to have to find a little bit more. The 10th there, if they want to dethrone Lemons from that pole position. I do Jack doing his normal tactic, going out just a bit earlier than everyone else for them final runs, hoping not to encounter the traffic. He always tends to run out of sequence to the other guys. The Taurus is the only car yet to set a lap. Apparently there's been a contact on the track. Let's go to the race director. Incidents. Ventilated and validated. Oh, we have Tuck and Bab. They've got grid penalties. They must have had a little collusion. The steward's saying that Tuck's got a penalty because he hit Bab, and Bab's got a penalty because he colluded with Tuck. That means they're both going to have a 5-place grid penalty then for Tuck and Bab then. So where are they currently? Where's Tuck or Bab? That's going to be devastating for Bab then. Bab's currently in P5, looking to be battling with the leaders on his final run. He's going to have a 5-place grid penalty. That's pretty much going to put him straight into the midfield. But Tuck's only 13th, 5 places would put him to the back of the grid at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on where these two are going to finish their qualifying. Is Lemon's done for qualifying? No, Lemon's coming out the pit now then. Yeah, Lemon's coming out then for now. That only guy who's not leaving the pit just yet. Zoltan, Speckberg and Mintelli just seen the car go out now. I think Mintelli is done for qualifying. Speckberg's leaving the pits now, but he's left that quite late. We've got 1 minute 32 to go. He's only just leaving the pit lane. He'll be the last guy to cross the line, but he's going to be right on the edge. So everyone's out on track until he's done for qualifying. Right then, here we go. Last lap then coming up thick and fast then, so let's see where everyone's going to put themselves. That's what Bailey and Dart stomp at. Running in tandem, teammates running in tandem there. One that's going to benefit most there is going to be Bailey down these back straights. He's going to get a nice toe from his teammate in front. I think he's just outside after toe range. He might be getting a bit of help, but I don't think he's close enough, but it will be helping. Lemon starts his that way. It's Tyler. Tyler's down the first straight. So he managed to go. Oh, is that going across? That's Bab. Bab has taken a long route round the track here. I think he just doesn't want to get in anyone's way. His qualifying is done, so he has got a 5-place grid penalty. Dark Stomper improves to 6. Bailey improves to P8. Finette Pork up to P5, 2/10 down on the leaders. Top 8 separated by 5/10 of a second then. And Telly is done. We're going to keep watching these people across the line. That dude Jack improved by, I think, a place there. He's up to 10th. Top 10 split now by 6/10. Next guy across the line then was Ethan. Just stays 17th. 2 cars crossing the line now. Little Pigeon pulling out a lap from nowhere there. I think he was getting a tow from the guy ahead of him. I think it was Entronics. Little Pigeon goes to provisional pole, 10th ahead of Lemon. So Lemon's going to have to improve. Tyler does not improve. Lepavank does not improve. Where's Zoltan? Zoltan's coming up to the last corner now. Lemons though improves on his final run, takes provisional pole by 0.04 of a second. Where's Zoltan? Zoltan improves only up to 5th. I think that's everyone. It is everyone. Qualifying done. Lemons look like Little Pigeon had just done enough to steal pole position. Again, Lemons from nowhere takes pole position by 0.4 of a second there. Look at that. Bab's 5, Bab qualified 7th, Tuck qualified 8th. They're both going to get a 5-place grid penalty, so that's going to be P12 and P13 for them. So Lemons on pole, Pigeons you in on the front row, Tyler Lepavank behind them, Thornton and Finat Pork, Bab for Tuck, Big D in P9 having a good show, but remember these guys are all going to get promoted Why was it 2 positions actually? Bab and took both taking penalties. So 2 positions gained for the people from 8th to 12th. That one's definitely going to go in the steward's room. So everyone knows selecting their strategies. Special race tonight. No hard tyres allowed to be used. So it's an instant 2 stopper. Because you're not going to get mediums and the softs to last the whole race here. If someone does, then I'll buy them a beer. Because I think that's impossible. As you can see, the crowd there above the pit garages. Excited to see the race. Just stood there, stationary. I'm hoping for a race like we did in Abu Dhabi, where with 6 laps to go we had 10 cars battling away, and I think it weren't even for the win, it was for like P5, and it was just, it was epic. It was like the lights had just gone out. It was like lap 2 kind of race, and it weren't caused by a safety car. That was literally just everyone's pace. It was like 10 cars, different strategies, then everyone met up at the end. Yeah, Pigeon, you've definitely been cooked by lemons. Definitely, mate. I bet you were sat there thinking, yes, I've got my first pole, and then boom, in comes lemons, like he always does. I think he's done that before, actually. I think he did it to Le Pavank once. Le Pavank looked like he has beat it. He was 2 tenths up, and then suddenly lemons just appeared and beat him by like a few thousandths. Fuel on this track's quite good as well, so you can do a bit of fuel saving. So as everyone goes away on their formation laps, let's have a quick look at the positions. Of Lemons on pole, Pigeon P2, Tyler 3, Plavank 4, Zoltan 5th, Finette Pork in 6th, Big D in 7th, and Dark Stumpers in 8th, with Bailey in 9th. They've been promoted due to penalties. That dude Jack also getting in P10. And Bab in P11, Speckberg P12. I don't add up because Bab and Tuck qualified next to each other, but now there's a bit more Speckberg after 5 place grid penalties. That don't make sense. Even that. Anyway, Speckberg 12th, Tuck in 13th after his penalty, Hassan Toya 14th, Entronics 15th, Flashman 16th, Ethan 17th, Mintilli 18th, and Notorious in P19. I like looking at people's helmets, if I'm honest. Lemon's gone pure red. I think the best helmet so colour coordinated by the Zoltic. That's, I think, the best one. For matching his paint and livery with his helmet. I think Big D. British Bulldog for Bab. Top 3. If Pigeon's kind of unlucky, he usually has some sort of incident and he always ends up on a recovery drive. So I'm going Lemons for the win. Plavank P2. And I'm going Zoltan P3. Unless Tyler can get him. We're going to see that. The lineup on the grid's waiting for the last 2 cars. There is one car that is like pointed at a 90-degree angle across the track. Who is that? That was actually Jack. He's like pointed at a 90-degree angle. He's going on the attack. Lights out, away you go. Lemons kind of bogged down off from the start. Looked like Pigeon got the run, but Lemons gets it back. All heading down to turn 1. Oh, there's a little touch no from Wings as I can see just yet. Lemonzo retains the lead. Everyone seems to have got through that quite cleanly. Lemons carries on with the lead then. He's got Pigeon. Pigeon's right on his tail though. He's not letting him get away that quick. Tyler's remains in P3. Plavank and Zoltan battling around side by side around the top of the track. And Zoltan makes the move stick. And just behind, Finette Pork down the inside of the Plavank. Plavank's going to have to use some of his ERS here. Around the outside on the brakes. Oh, well. Argy bargy, and that's left the door open now for Dark Stomper to get involved. They're going three abreast here. The Plavank, Dark Stomper, and Finette Pork. Finette Pork wins out. The Plavank then on the opening lap has gone from P4 down to P6, and he's lost out 2 positions. It got quite tasty actually between Finette Pork and the Plavank there for most of that track. Dark Stomper had luck but didn't manage to get past any of them. The teammates Dark Stomper and Bailey just giving each other a toe. Everyone just having a little peek. Back out front though, Lemons leads after that one. He's got Pigeon behind him. Pigeon wants to just keep with him if he can. Position change after lap 1 then. The Plavank loses out 2. Big loser was Big D. Big D lost out 8 positions on that opening lap and Tuck lost 5. There must have been a little bit of coming together somewhere for them to lose that many positions. Get that data up. Oh, actually, I want to see what tyres everyone has actually started on. There we go then. Most of the field, 90%, well, yeah, that's about 20%. Let me just put my screen. 85% of the field have started on the soft tyre then. Only Big D, the Tours, and Tuck going for the mediums, and the mediums seem to be struggling. They're the guys that have lost positions. That's Big D and Tuck for sure. The medium's not doing too good for them on that opening lap. Let's close that tyre thing down just for a second, because it takes up quite a bit of the screen. So Lemons leads and Pigeon in P2. Pigeon's not letting him get away. Pigeon's right on the rear wing of Lemons and this opening. To be fair, Pigeons has grown into this season. He's been getting better and better as the season's gone, but he has been quite unlucky. He's hoping for a good, clean race today. Hopefully that look disappears. Tyler's just trying to cling on behind. And the Plavank having a look at Finette Pork. Pork, I think, may have to go defensive because the Plavank is definitely on a charge here. Come down, not close enough. Bit further down. Ooh, Dark Stomper's lost the position. Dark Stomper, that dude Jack then side by side. Up the old second DRS straight. Just backs out of it though. Just behind Entronics. Entronics gets past Hassan Toy. Hassan Toy looking though for the switchback on him, and he makes it work. Entronics got the position. He ran a bit deep. And Hassan Toya on the switch, but this battle's not over yet. Entronic's trying to go around the outside at the hairpin. It's going to give him the inside for these next 2 corners. Entronics gets past Hassan Toya then for P13. Makes that move stick. Big D's trying to look to make back some of the positions he's lost on these opening laps. Staying quite tight there. Now front Lemons. He's not shaking Pigeon. Not really shaking the field actually. Tyler staying within 6/10 of these 2. They come over the breast, then down to the final corner. It's Pigeon behind him. They're all on the soft tyre. It's going to be a 2-stopper race. Remember, you can't use the hard tyre if you just joined us. It's just literally a long line of cars. The field is not really splitting up. The Plavank coming under pressure from Bailey, but he managed to keep his 6th position at the moment. Not the start to this race that he would have wanted. He needs to get the Pork as soon as possible if he can, before these guys out front pull away, but they're not pulling away at the moment. We're on lap 4. And it's quite still bunched up, so let's take that to the leader. Only 4 seconds separate the top 11 here. It's quite close. Got yellow flag out. I'm not seeing anyone drop through the field. There's Brashman and Speckberg go racing down on that drop. And Brashman gets ahead of Speckberg, then up to P11 for Brashman. Speckberg for Bauquin back at him then, but decides not to. So this is quite a good track for your battery deployment. You can charge your battery quite nicely around here. And it does make overtaking that tiny bit harder, if I'm honest, because it's pretty much everyone will be using the same sort of deployment really around this track. So you'll deploy down the main straight, you deploy up the top, or you'll go to none to recover some battery down around the tighter parts of the track. You see everyone's just in the line at the moment. And all these guys on the soft tyre, how long can they keep them going? And Intronics and Brashman going battling. Intronics wants that position for Brashman. This could be the second position. Brashman has lost within the last lap, and they're going 3 wide. They're going 3 wide. Oh, Intronics got squeezed between the two of them. Intronics is the big loser there. Big D trying to get past Brashman. He's going to have to go around the outside. He's going to have the inside line for the inside, and they're going. Oh, that looked like they're about to go free. Rest again. Oh, it's getting argy-bargy down there. Big D up to P12. I said, but Hassan Torres going around it. Oh, God. One of them drivers has really bad internet, and I think it's Hassan. He was bad and then just disappeared there. He's dropped down to P17 now. If Hassan has damage. Nice little battle though. Oh yeah, Hassan has left. He's lost his internet. But Intronics will not be happy with what just happened to him then. Brashman and Big D made it 3 abreast, and they didn't give him room. He got sandwiched in between them. Contact from his left and his right. Seems to come out of it with no damage, without costing positions there. That one may need looking at. And here we go then. We've got some cars pitting. So into the pits comes Brashman and Intronics. Is that because they picked up damage in that little battle they just had? Let's have a look, see if any of them are in front wing changes. So we haven't got front wing change for Intronics. No front wing changes. They're both going on to the medium. Let's have a look. Yeah, both on to the medium tyre then. They gave up then after 5 laps and on that soft. Or did they just want a bit of clean air to carry on fighting away? They will get the undercut here on these guys that haven't pitted. Remember that these mediums will not do 23 laps, so they will have to make another pit stop at some point. Minimum of one more pit stop at least. You might even see a good 3 stopper today. Back out front then, after we just watched that little battle that was happening. Lemons leads. He's managed to stretch that gap to Little Pigeon now. Gap up to 8/10 of a second. Pigeon may now. Now this is where you got to think about it. Will you go for the undercut on the guys ahead if you're stuck in a row of traffic like we've seen a few of these guys are, especially from the likes of P4 down to P12. And you got to, as I say that, we've seen guys dart into the pits then. And then that's the Plavank and that dude Jack, they were stuck in kind of a train here. So they're going to go for the undercut here. Fix up the tyre, keep an eye on, make sure no one runs the hard tyre today. Oh, Hassan, it was Hassan, no, that dude Jack had to be held there for Hassan passed. So then, first stoppers are coming in. We've seen 2 guys just then. That was the Pavank and that dude Jack pitting to get out of the sort of traffic jam they were in. They were in a bit of a DRS. Well, we don't get a DRS train anymore. This is called the battery train. And they've got out of it now. They're going to go for the undercut on these guys now. They'll try and get the track position. It looks like track position is going to be key today. Overtaking seems to be a little bit hard. We're just seeing Pigeon dropping off the back of Lemons here. Gap up to 1.6. Don't know if Pigeon's just had a moment there. He's lost 8 tenths in this lap. Zoltan's inherited P3 from Tyler. Tyler then was trying to stick with the leaders at the start of this race. He's dropped back a little bit here. He's just been overtaken by Zoltan. Any of the leaders going to pit then on this lap? We do indeed. Lemons into the pit. And all the top 5 into the pit except for Pigeon. Pigeon stays there. Oh, that looked like it got close between Pork and Tyler into the pits there. Got quite a few guys pitting in. Make sure no one goes on to the hard tyre. Right, so as we've seen, everyone was on red tyres at the start of the race. And the timing screen now flips to yellow as everyone runs onto the mediums. Pigeon and Ethan and Hassan Toya, the only Hassan Toya's in the pit. So Pigeon and Ethan then running these softs a bit longer. No pit stop for them just yet. They're going to be under pressure there, especially little Pigeon. Every single car behind him pitting that was in that train. That was only a second or two behind him. He's going to be in danger of getting undercutted by these guys here and being released into cars that were behind him. Let's see if he's going to pit on this lap. Lemons comes out, then he is behind his teammate actually. Ethan is only a second ahead of him. Let's see if Lemon's going to pit then as he comes down the back straight. Pigeon dart into the pit on this lap. Is he going to try and stretch them softs? He must be looking quite warm. They are looking quite warm. And he is coming into the pits then. It's a little Pigeon into the pits. Let's see if the undercut's going to work for the guys behind him. So in he comes. Big D's going to inherit the lead, and so is Tuck. But they started on the medium tyres. They're yet to pit. Lemon's coming down the back straight now. I think Lemon's definitely going to inherit the lead. I think Zoltan. And there you go, look, the undercut. That is how strong the undercut is there. Zoltan's now up into net what would be P2. And little Pigeon pitting a lap later has cost him here. Zoltan, Tyler, Lepavank, Pork, all jumping him with their undercuts here. I think little Pigeon stayed out a bit. He stayed out that lap too long there. And now he's fighting to stay. Go ahead of Pork. Pork's not going to let this one go there. Pork's got the inside line. Oh, there's contact. And round goes Pork. Pigeon and Pork coming together. And Pork loses out. Couldn't really tell from the angle who was at fault really for that. But that's definitely going to the stewards room after the race. So we see the train forming again. When little Pigeon was at the front of the train, he's now at the back of the train. He may be taking a trip to the steward's room. Didn't have a good angle of that contact. I need to switch that. So we now want to switch to the hard centre. We'll go back down to... Yes, we've got more of a screen. We're on lap 9 of 29. Big D leads. We took in P2. They haven't pitted yet though. They've run the mediums from the start. They haven't pitted yet, so net leader at the moment would be Lemons. Zoltan's net is P2. Tyler and Lepavank now racing each other. Teammates following each other then tightly just behind. Oh, that dude Jack and Pigeon racing as well. It looked like there's a bit of contact there, so a bit of carbon fibre flowing up. This bar's going to continue down to the next corner. Pigeon, Bailey and that dude Jack all battling away then for what would be P7 at the moment. And Tronics picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits. Let's see if the Pigeon can get past him. He did have the pace before the pits, but now he's been to that train. And that's going to cost him. So he was only a second and a half behind Lemons. That gap is 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 5 seconds now, so he needs to clear these guys ahead of him. That extra lap he stayed out compared to everyone else has cost him. Tuck is gaining on Big D here for the lead of the race. These two haven't pitted yet, but they're battling away. See if Tuck can get a toe on Big D. Not going to be close enough. Thanks all over the back of his teammate, but just behind him, the battle again for P7's heating up. That's it, Jack. Little Pigeon. Bailey's there waiting in the ring. Little Pigeon's going to the inside. Little Pigeon gets the move done before we get to turn 1 here. Little Pigeon back up to P7 then, and that's it, Jack down to P8. Bailey was sniffing around just behind him, and he's right on the tail of that dude Jack, whose line was compromised for that first corner. Torres gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the race, and he has retired the car. He's doing it in the pit lane, so if we don't get no safety car, I don't think we will. Pork, after that spin, then is on a bit of a recovery drive. He's gaining back up on these guys. Dropped him down to P10, did that little coming together. And Doc Samber's probably going to hope he can cling on to the back of Pork and get dragged along back to these guys ahead of him. That's down in P12. Yellow flag at sector 1. That's when the Tortoise retired car. Hopefully that car put off track does not cause a safety car VSC. It does not. We're back to green. So we go on then lap 11. Got to start lap 12, and Lemons is taking a second and a half out of Big D and Tuck at the moment. Two guys that haven't pitted going long on these mediums. I want to stretch them as far as I can, and for Tuck had a look there. He thought about trying to take the lead from Big D, and they're coming down the back straight. The two teammates then, so Lepavank and Tyler switching round then. Doing Lewis Hamilton Bottas idea here. Tyler letting Lepavank down, see if he can make any inroads on Zoltan and Lemons ahead. And if they swap back round, if he can't, Little Pigeon's managed to gap that dude Jack now, and he's coming up onto the back of Lepavank and Tyler and Zoltan. That dude Jack there's drifting it around the corners is that dude Jack. He's got Bailey for close company behind him, but he's not giving that dude Jack any moment, especially. He's going to hassle him and keep hassling him until he makes a mistake. Pork is behind him. He's not really making. He's making inroads, but it's only like a 10 for 2 a lap on him, and he's dragging along Dark Stomp and Bab for the ride. Speckberg standing P13. He's got Intronics behind him. Bashman down in P15. Mintelli bit off everyone. P16. Hassan Toya 10 seconds off everyone else, but he did get disconnected, so the arrow would have slowed him right down, and that's why he's where he is. And even just trundling around in P18. And into the pit then comes the Big D. So their mediums lasted 12 laps for the Big D. Tuck now inherits the lead of the race, but he's going to come under a lot of pressure from Lemons, who's not going to want to be held up. Let's keep an eye on Big D. If you go to Lemons, and Tuck not making any issue there for Lemons. He knows his race is not with Lemon, so he just lets him pass there, didn't put up any fight. Where did Big D? Big D re-emerged P15, but he's on softer tyre, I think. Let's check that. Yeah, Big D going to soft then. Merges back out in P15. That is his net position, but he's on a completely different strategy to the guys ahead of me. Will be on a faster tyre as well. And got ahead of Tuck. Reinherits his lead of the race. I think Tuck may pit at the end of this lap. He continues battle with Big D. So Lemons leads. Zoltan's unit P2. He's now coming under a bit of pressure from Lepavank then. So Lepavank was there, passed by his teammate. His teammate got through, and his teammate's now making inroads actually on Zoltan. Inroads that Tyler was struggling to do, and now actually he's dragging Tyler along with him. And Pigeon's there now. He's joined in this battle. It's going to be a four-way battle then for what is net P2 of this race. Zoltan's going under pressure from the bank into turn one. Pigeon and Tyler nearly running to the back of Tyler. There was Pigeon. Keep it clean though. And we've got a four-way battle then for net P2 of this race. It's heating up here. Oh, Pigeon's going for the move around the outside. Couldn't get it done though. And back into P5 slips Tyler. And Tyler's having to push a bit harder here just to keep Pigeon behind. And he's putting him right on the tail of his teammate Le Pavank. And Pavank then is on the tail of Zion. So these four they're split by less than a second. Whilst they're battling actually, Bailey's been dragged into this. Bailey's catching up, and so is that dude Jack. 7th and 8th getting pulled in with it. I say that after every race, Notorious. I really do. You got to push on, bro. Volk's made up a few more tenths on the guys ahead of him after that spin. Duck Stomper's trying to cling on to the back of him and get towed along, but he's just falling off now, and Babs are behind him. Let's quickly switch back to the battle for P4 then, because this is heating up. Pigeon's got a brilliant run out of that final corner then, who's alongside before we even got to the start line. And Pigeon then up to P5, he gets ahead of Tyler. They come into turn 1 and turn 2. Zoltan's there. Lemons has now started off of this race. He's got a 5-second lead over these guys. And now these guys are going to be looking at Tuck ahead of them, because they're catching him at a rate of knots. Oh shit, man. You say that in a twist, but it's happened to me as well while I'm doing comms. It will just quickly freeze for a second. I don't know if it's getting caused by someone's internet in this race. Yeah, gap to leaders there. 5 seconds. Zoltan trails Lemons. Tuck, remember, hasn't pitted yet. He's out of sequence with these guys. But if he don't pit on this lap, then the guys battling for net P2 this race, that's Zoltan, Pavank, Pigeon and Tyler, are all going to come up on him. And they are on fresh tyres. They've got a very big pace advantage over him. That's going to may cause some drama here, as they all fight to overtake him as quickly as possible without losing too much time. Top 9 split by, I'd say, top 8 split by 10 seconds. And he doesn't pit. Tuck has not pitted. And he's not going to put up much of a fight to these guys. The Pavank he's got to clear him. They're all trying to clear him here as quickly as possible. Zoltan's got past it a lot quicker than the others. He's just pulled out a few attempts. Pitching forward by having a move on the Pavank. Tuck, Tyler though, he's going to have to force a move here on Tuck. He gets it done. They're all just ahead though. Little Pigeon round the left right at the top of the hill has got past the Pavank up to P3 then. Now that's the actual position, so he's back up to P3. And he stopped a lap later than everyone and lost 4 positions due to the undercut. Zoltan still net P2 then. Net P3 has changed though. We're pitching up to P3, Pavank P4, Tyler P5. Turns that back to interval, because I like to keep an eye on the closest battle. And the closest battle is now for P2. In this race, Emmons 5.7 seconds ahead of these guys battling away. Bailey's actually slowly been making up time on these guys battling for P2. He's dragging in that dude Jack along with him, 5 tenths behind him. Pork's also joining them. So the top 9, well, say 2nd to 9th, all closing in. Oh! Something happened to the Pavank there. All I saw there on my cameras, the Pavank running. What? I don't know if he's had a bit of contact or he lost the rear end. He went really, swung right out to the right there. And he's gone from P4 down to P8, the Pavank, losing out to Bailey, his own teammate, Tyler, that to Jack and Porker. Let's go to quicker gap to leader. So he was ahead of Tyler, so that would have been, say, 7 seconds, 12. He's lost 5 seconds there from one corner. I don't know if there's some contact or he's lost the rear end or something, but the Pavank down to P8 there. And once again, he had a bad start to his race, dropped a few positions on the opening laps. Was making them up, and now he's back down to where he started. So now the battle for P2 then between 3 and not 4 cars. But as I say, that Bailey's slowly creeping in on them. Second to 8th is quite tight. Yeah, they're all actually gaining up on P2. We're going to have 12 laps to go. Now, these guys pitted around lap 7, 8, so they're on to like lap 9 of these tyres. The question is, are they going to run it a bit deeper and go for a medium? Oh, no, Tyler straight to the pits. I'm expecting Tyler to part and medium. Bailey into the pits. That dude Jack into the pit. Pork into the pit. Pavank into the pit. They're going back for the undercuts then. And I'm expecting all of them to throw on that medium tyre. Let's just put it on then. Let's see what tyres they'll go for. Yeah, all on to the mediums and no one breaking the rules of the race and switching to the hard. At the pits there comes the Tyler's the first one. Tyler's going to get out ahead of Tuck there. Tuck is on the soft tyre. Tuck. These guys have made a second position, so Tuck is out of position. I doubt Tuck's going to be able to take these tyres 14 laps, the softs 14 laps. You may try it though. Now the question now switches to Lemon, Zoltan and Pigeon. As the guys that have just pitted just behind them have all gone to mediums. Are they going to try and stretch their mediums and go for a second set of softs? Or are they going to pit now? If I was Pigeon, I'd be thinking, well, I got undercut earlier by pitting a lap later, and again I'm pitting a lap later than these guys. I wouldn't surprise me if Pigeon throws it into the pit. Zoltan's picked up a 3-second penalty for track limits. Dark Stomper's got a 3-second as well. So let's see if Pigeon and Bab, yeah, we go then. Pigeon and Bab then throw it into the pit. So does Lemons. They want to be careful on that undercut though. Let's see if that undercut. So the person we want to watch is, oh, we got a car out. Brashman is out. Brashman is out. We've got a virtual safety car, and that virtual safety car is going to be, it's going to throw a spanner in the works here because Lemons, Pigeon and Zoltan, oh, it's a full safety car. Brashman out. My game just jumping about there. It's caused a safety car, and the guys that went for the undercut won't work. And that might have just saved Zoltan and Pigeon from losing a few positions there. That's the way getting a drive through penalty speed under safety car. Oh god. So this is throwing a massive spanner into the works here. Bailey's pitted as well again. Lemons had overtook the safety car before it would come out of the pit. So we're going to have a lap of just watching your Delta. I was going to wait for everyone to catch up to the safety car because I'm pretty sure most people pitted then on that. Tyres wise, here we go, look. Bab went for the softs, you know. Bab and Bailey pitted for the softs. Got a lap or two of, if you get, well, we're definitely getting a lap, so that's 20. If they're gonna, if they could be on a tyre advantage yet. Bab, that safety car helped Bab out so much. He was the only guy that didn't pit in that long trying the cars, which would have been a disadvantage. And the safety car's come out, he's thrown it into the pit and has made up the positions of guys. So that dude Jack, poor Stomper, the Pavank, guys he was following, he's actually now jumped them because of that safety car. The question is, How many laps of safety car are we going to get? And depending on that question, can he get them softs to the end? I'm just waiting for everyone to catch up to the safety car in case we get into a pit, because then that's going to give us our actual positions on track then, and it's going to be a pretty much, oh, I've got 9 laps to go now. There's going to be a 7 or 8 lap shootout here. As Lemons catches up to the back of that safety car. Hassan Toya drive through penalty speeding under the safety car. Right, then that second one he's got. Instance. Hassan Toya's got 2 drive-throughs. Usually if you do that, you get disqualified. Hassan Toya got 2. And then he goes to get a 10-second penalty. He's retired. 2 drive-throughs and a 10-second penalty. He's called it a day. Hassan Toya out of the race, and he's our 3rd retirement of the race. Notorious retired. I don't know what happened to Brashman. All I saw was debris going everywhere. I don't know if it was an incident or he'd lost it and spun around into the barriers. But as I switched through the cameras, we just saw carbon fibre flying everywhere. So here we go. This is going to be in net positions then, because everyone's, I think, now on tyres that they're going to take to the end. No one has won the hard tyres. No one's broke the rules. So Lemon's going to be your leader then. When we're on the restart. Zoltan's going to be P2. Pigeon's going to be P3. Pigeon was P2. Dropped down to P, I think it was 7 after the first round of pit stops, after he went a bit longer and got undercut. So he'll be happy to be in P3. Tyler's going to be restarting with us in P4. Bab has gained quite a bit from that safety car. He's up to P5, but he has got a 3-second penalty. Now, penalty is going to play a key role in some of these positions, because Zoltan's, let's check, that's 3-second, yeah. Zoltan's got a 3-second penalty. Bab's got a 10-second penalty. That's going to be for speeding in the pit lane. Som's got a 3-second, and Tronic's got a 3-second. Tyre wise, everyone's on mediums except for Bailey and Bab. They're going to the end. So when that safety car does come in, Lemon's going to lead us. Starting second, Pigeon P3, Tyler P4, Bab P5. That dude Jack having a good drive up to P6. Fanatic Pork up to P7. Dark Stomper P8, Plavank P9, Spitbird P10. Plavank's going to be on now a recovery drive. It was on a recovery drive from the start, got back to really roughly where he pace-wise should have been from qualifying. And something happened out the last corner and it dropped him a few positions. Now he's on a recovery drive from P9. Specboat P10, Big D P11. He was leading the race for about 4 or 5 laps earlier on when he was out of sequence with everyone on their tyres. Tronics 12th, Bentelli 13th, Took 14th, Brady 15th, Ethan P 16th. Safety car in on this lap then, so let's jump to Lemons. Tyler saying whatever happened to Brashman was insane, and he witnessed the death of him. I don't know if there's contact. Yeah, get back in the game, Tyler. Get down. You've got to get some positions here. We're right on board with Lemons. We'll look from behind. See when he's going to dart off. Is he going to leave it late? Does not go out of that final corner. Leaving it late. And off he goes then. On the old DRS sign, he puts the throttle down. I think he's got Zoltan covered. Zoltan's gaining now in the toe. I don't think he's going to be close enough to go for a move. Oh, he's been hit. He's been hit. And that changes everything. That dude Jack now leads the race. Big contact into turn 1 there. And that's Fred. That's Fred. Oh my god, man. Just wait for this all to unfold here. Lemons and Tyler dropping to the back here. That dude Jack, I don't think we'll believe his luck here. He's up to the P1. Someone ran extremely deep into turn one. I think it may have been Tyler. Ran extremely deep. Hit our leader Lemons. And Lemons is dropped right down. That dude Jack is now the leader of the race. Pork up to P2. Chaos into the first corner. That dude Jack and Finette Pork, I don't think they're going to believe their luck here. They're leading this race. Pigeon's in P3. And missing a bit of his front wing here, so he was caught up in that as well. I think the stewards room's going to be busy at the end of the race, because I think not just one or two or three people got caught in that. Front, loads of people missing front wings here. Bab's missing his front end plate here as well. So I think there was an initial incident as we went into turn one. And from that initial incident, oh, really deep. And Dark Stomach is there, the Bab then. So I think after that initial incident, there was another incident. The camera didn't catch it. Oh, people getting a bit too argy-bargy here. It's now 5 lapper. Come on, guys. Tidy it up. Lemons is on I think Lemons is angry. Oh, there's another incident there. And that's Bab and Big D. Both were pointing the wrong way. Bab still pointing the wrong way. He's running back onto the track. He was in such a good position on that restart. And it's all gone. The last 3 laps just been insane. From turn one, you've seen collisions everywhere. And from what was quite a good, clean race here, it's descended into a bit of chaos. That dude Jack is leading. And Pork is behind him in P2. And Pigeon, who has got a speed or a pace advantage over them two, might not be able to make it capitalise to get the win here, because he's missing quite a hefty chunk of his front right of his front wing here. He's managing just to hold on to that P3 at the moment. That's not going to help him if he wants to battle away for this lead. We head into the last 6 laps of this race. Speckberg as well benefited from that. He's up to P4. Let's have a look at position change. Speckberg is up to P4 and may even be up for a podium here. He is. Speckberg's got past Little Pigeon. Speckberg, yeah, from you would say, no one would have put Speckberg down for a podium here. 9 places up from where he started in P12, and he's now battling for a podium. We will need to take a breather here. That dude Jack, I don't think he's probably breathed in the last 3 laps, and I don't think he's going to breathe until the end here. I can't believe his luck. I can't wait to see some of the instant footage here, because I didn't have the best angle. The camera switched to some crazy angle. I didn't see if there's a secondary incident. It's definitely going to be in the stewards room, so I can't wait to have a look at that. Speckberg's up to P3, Dark Stomper's up to P4, Pigeon's got from end plate missing, and you can tell he's struggling here because his cars are getting past him. Zoltan up to P5 then. Zoltan and Lemons on a recovery drive. Zoltan's up to P5, Lemons up to P6. Don't think they have damage. Don't look like they have damage. Bailey's in P8, Trunk's P9, Tuck's in P10. He's got the Pavank in P11, so I think he got caught up in that because he didn't really make up the positions other cars made up. T12, Big D 13th, Ethan 14th, Tyler and Bab were the biggest losers in what happened. Tyler down to P15, Bab down to P16. Bab was going to pit then. And out front, Finette Pork. He's going for the move on that dude Jack now. They're both armed for their best results of the season, I think. And Fanatic Pork into the lead then. That dude Jack's gone behind him. So now that dude Jack can finally breathe some air. But now Pork's going to be holding his breath. And I think Speckberg's going to be holding his breath as well. But unfortunately for these three, 2 of the faster guys in the likes of Zoltan and Lemons are gaining on them now in 4th and 5th. Lemons dropped down to P13. He's already back up to P5 after 3 laps. Now, my advice to Pork, that dude Jack and Speckberg, is work together, guys. Play it smart. Don't go for lunges on each other and cost each other time. Literally stay in a sort of DRS train, and that'll make it extremely hard for Zoltan and Lemons to get past. Do what Norris and Sainz did in Singapore. Just tow each other to the podium and keep the faster guys behind. I'm actually rooting for these guys. Poor look, he's turn one, Zoltan's having a look there on spec, but he's gonna have the inside. He's gonna have the inside there, out of the corner. Squeezes Zoltan onto the curb, but Zoltan's not giving up on this one. Zoltan's gonna break a lot later into that corner, and spec, but there's contact again. I think that one would be on Zoltan more than Spetberg. Zoltan just, I know these guys ain't on your pace. You can't just push someone out of the way because of that. And look at Fee for Spetberg. That's dropped in 2 positions. So has got a penalty though, so he might still lose these positions back to the guys who's overtaking. For Zoltan and Lemons, like Jack and Pork are the next guys for them to try and find their way past. Tommy's picked for 3-second penalty, but it's not going to make much effect to his race. It's over after that restart. So Pork leads. That dude Jack and Peter, but they're coming under pressure now from Zoltan and Lemons behind. Lemons is now missing a front left end plate. Pork getting breaking that toe to Jack. A bit further behind them, Stomper zipping to P6. Lemons, not Lemons, little Pigeon with that front damage end plates dropped down to P7. That downforce loss is costing him. It's going to be, I think, a tasty steward for him tonight. He's up to P8. He was in P15 on the restart, so he's made a good few positions up to P8. Tucks into the P10. He's followed Bailey through it. Lepavank still in P10. Able to make any inroads on the guys ahead. Big losers were Tyler and Bab though from that restart. Zoltan has managed to get past that dude Jack. Next in line for him is Pork. I don't know whether Lemons picked up that. I don't think Lemons had damage. I think he's picked up that damage from when Zoltan and Speckberg come together, and he, because of that, he ran into the back of one of them and picked up that damage. I'm pretty sure he didn't have the damage before that little coming together. So we head now into the final 2 laps of this race, and alright, you know what? With Zoltan's penalty, Pork has a good chance of winning here. I think that damage to Lemons has stopped his push. Zoltan might get him on the track, but I don't see him pulling out the time penalty that he has gap over him. And you know what? Jack's having a look at Zoltan now. You see the field's quite bunched up then. From P1 all the way down to P12. It's quite close. We see the last couple of moves on these last 2 laps. Ooh, you know what? That dude Jack's driving style is quite entertaining to watch. He literally, instead of just doing a corner like normal, he literally drifts most corners to that dude Jack. It's quite entertaining to watch. So your hard braking corners, you'll see that dude Jack just sliding it out. Coming around and start the final lap in a second. Coming down the back straight now. Pork still has position on track. I think if Pork wins, he will be celebrating until next week. And here we go then, on to the final lap. Pork, I think, hasn't breathed until he's overtook that dude Jack. That's about 5 laps to go. He'll be holding his breath. Don't assume because Zoltan has a penalty there, Pork. He just let him past because he could be trying to get it removed in. Steward for him later on. I think he did pick up his 3 seconds whilst battling someone and maybe got run off the track. But there we go. Zoltan does get the move done. He gets back. Takes the lead of the race to Zoltan. He's ahead of Pork. A 3-second penalty is going to cost him. Let's him put in 3 seconds in what we've got left on this track. So what key for Pork now is to keep that dude Jack behind him. And that dude Jack's right on his bumper then. That's a Jack put Pork in, but I don't think he's going to have, unless Pork's burnt all his ERS. I think Jack's going to be close enough. And they're both deploying now. Oh, Zoltan, man. Zoltan rammed into the side of Pork there. Pork was allowed to go for the move there, and they crossed the line. And Pork's going to take his first win of the season. I don't know if it's his first win in this division. So everyone crossed the line, and Pork wins. That dude Jack takes P2. Lemons will recover to a P3. At least that's something. Speckberg P4. Zoltan with his penalty drops down to P5. Pigeon P6. Now the thing is, if Zoltan gets his penalty removed in the steward's room, it won't matter because Pork had him over the line, and it looked quite nasty actually coming into that final corner. It looked like he swerved to cross into Pork there. So 1 second. Gotta get the race director. There you go for the tyres. Make sure no one used hards. There we go, guys. So Pork then takes his first win. Jack P2, Lemons P3. That's your podium finishes. Lemons then recovered from P12, you know, after that instant, after the safety car. Speckberg, that's his best finish of the season so far in P4. Zoltan drops down to P5 with his 3-second penalty. Pigeon comes home in P6. Dark Stomper P7. Bailey P8. Well, Dark Stomper's teammate P8. That's Bailey. Big D recovered to P9. Pavang didn't really get going after that safety car and stayed P10. Mintelli 11th. Took 12th. Tronics 13th. Even 14th. Tyler 15th. Bab 16th. And Toya, Rashman and Notorious retired. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you next week.